Welcome back to Expats in Germany. This video we'll be talking about negotiating a salary. Congratulations! You made it through all the interviews and all the bullshit and all the calls, and if it's during Corona then it was probably like 3 Skype calls, 50 emails, and like come over and sign the contract and here's a draft and also is everything okay for you and la 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 la. So negotiating a salary is different in German. It is weird. I was not ready for this. As Germans do, they want to minimize human interaction. So the way you negotiate salary is you don't. What needs to happen basically is you need to go and find the adequate amount of currency that your next role, according to your experience that you already collected, you need to name a price that makes sense. I usually name a range. Like I would tell them like, yeah, I want for this position, I think between 52,000 and 58,000 a year, brutto, not including like the bonuses of Christmas and there's a summer pay, for example. The thing is, there's no real negotiation. You are negotiating with yourself, basically. It's fucked up. I don't know. It's like we don't want to interact. We don't want to like talk to people. You decide with yourself how much money you think, and if it's okay, we will take you. If it's not, then bye. So you need to like find the job description, which the recruiter probably didn't send you because I don't know yet. The job is not really finalized, and the company didn't tell me. Blah blah blah. You need to like go on Glassdoor, Kununu, I don't know. Google it. What is the average salary for not average? Yeah, average salary for your profession and position and years of experience, and like is it leadership, is it not, la la la. And eventually you will get to a number. You need to decide on a number that's around the average. Like you can say, I'm not an average worker, therefore I deserve 3,000-4,000 more than the average. I don't know, let's say for a mechanical design engineer, the average is like with 4 years of experience between 55 and 60,000 euros a year brutto. So you should go to the company and be like, okay, I want this, and then there's no negotiating. There's no like, could you do this for like 700 less, and then we're golden. It's fine for us. It's fine for you. Like, no. If you drop the number that's inside what they are willing to pay, then okay. If you drop the number that's like too high or too low, even too low, even if you're willing to do something for less money than they want, like let's say you have 10 years of experience in team leading and engineering and simulations, blah, 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 and you're like, look, I live in a village, I don't have a lot of expenses, I don't have a family, I can do this job for 90,000 euros a year. But they were expecting someone to name like 140,000 a year, because this would be like the realistic pay for someone like this who lives in Germany, blah blah blah. So they would just say no. Like, no, not all of them, not everyone, not every German is the same, but this is the general gist of it. There's not a lot of negotiation going on. You can negotiate other things like, let's say, a company car, a tanking card thingy, like for fuel. You can, they say, extra vacation days. Like the normal is 30. The minimum allowed, like the minimum by law for someone who works 5 days a week is 20 days of vacation a year. But then I know people who have like 40, 45. So yeah, that's possible. You could negotiate home office. You could negotiate 35 hours a week instead of 40. It's doable. You can have other perks that are not money. Now, something very important to know. In your contract, whichever it is that's being offered to you, there will be like these things are regulated. There are levels of pay and so on. It's called Entgeltgruppe, so a group of income. Like this is basically how many euros per hour you are making. And these have a meaning. Like the first contract I signed, I made a mistake. I made a stupid mistake. I signed an E5, Entgeltgruppe 5, which correlates to someone who studies 3 years and has very little experience. Now, problem is I studied 4 years and I had some experience already, which should be like E6, E7, and these are big differences. Like these over 2-3 years, this is tens of thousands of euros, right? So you should make sure that in Geldgroup they assign you correlates to what you will be doing and what you will be doing in a few years, because you sign the contract. Not a lot of employers are so willing to change the contract. Like, that's the contract you sign, your problem. You can go. Of course, the more specialized your industry is, the more specialized your experience is, the more leverage you will have. But this is more or less the gist of it. Like, they can say that, and it will be like, culturally, this will be acceptable. Like, this is what you sign. I don't know. I went to my boss like after 2 years of employment. I was like, "Hey, I want more money," and he was like, "What? That makes no sense." It was a big. I will make a different video about this. This is like a whole story. But yeah. It's basically like, you signed your problem. And another tip that I can give you, and please do this, when you are signing, before you are signing, have your boss or your future boss write a pay raise plan. Like, let's say after so and so many months, you will get such and such raise, assuming your performances are good and your employee review are in order, and so on. Because otherwise, they're not gonna offer you money. Like, if you're replaceable, which we all are, we are all replaceable. There's no reason for them to be like, "Hey, you want more money?" And then, like, I have one friend who had literally this conversation. Like, he was working and his boss called him and he was like, "Hey, could you come into my office?" And my friend was like, "Oh shit!" And then the boss was like, "Hey, here's more money. Bye." And yeah, so in Germany it's not gonna happen. They're going to be like, unless they know that they are underpaying you a lot and that you're doing an excellent job and that you are not easily replaceable, it will not happen. So, take care of yourself first. Look out for number one, which is you. And yeah, that's that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it helps you. Let me know. Talk to me.